Good afternoon, fans. Welcome back to the LB Gym. Game 2 of the Ken Gould Invitational Tournament. First game of men's action here. And it is the Mount Allison Mounties in the white jerseys with the garnet and gold trim. And the UNBSJ Seawolves, pardon me, the defending champion UNBSJ Seawolves. A lot of folks in St. John will be happy to hear me add that to the description. Seawolves have had some key departures and have filled those departures in fairly well, though, to my view. And as well, the Mount Allison Mounties look to have added quality players as well. We will pick up the starters as they're announced. First will be for the Seawolves. 4 is Ethan Zamerda. 6 is Darren Clark. 9, AJ Nash. 11, Keach Tong. And 14, Lance Howlett. Starters now for the Mounties. 1, Simba Bawara. 5, Lance Momburquette. 6, Jonas Monroe. 13 is Christian Hager. And 14 is Ryan Norris. I believe we'll see Bawara be lead guard here, playing point, one of 4 U-Sport transfers for the Mounties. Bawara to Surrey, BC, formerly of UNB and Holy Cross Regional. Taking the jump for the Seawolves, 11, Keach Tong against Ryan Norris. Norris 6'5", third year out of Ottawa, Ontario, and South Carleton High School. Tip controlled by the Seawolves. That's Nash. Corner kick, first shot is a 3, missed by Samerda. Hager, cross-court pass, Norris. Monroe. 4 to shoot, looking inside Monroe. Scores inside against Howlett. Back the other way, AJ Nash, first 2 points to Jonas Monroe and the Mounties. Saved into the backcourt, but that's going to be a shot clock violation. Coach Vaughn arguing that, hey, that was possession change. Referee Adam Humphrey says, no, it was just trying to save the ball, scooping into bounds, was not possession. Christian Hager, another U-Sport transfer, 6'5" guard out of Brantford. Jonas Monroe 5, UNBSJ Seawolves 0. Early going. These teams played at the Bob Bonnell tournament at UNBSJ 2 weekends ago, I believe that tournament was. It was a 3-point game. And that's a make. From Darren Clark. Clark, 4th-year player, transfer from UPEI. Blocked that time by Howlett. Norris off the basket support on the top, the safety strap. Out of play. 6'3" Mounties. He played just under 2 minutes. Nash nowhere to go. Deflected by Norris on the way through. Looking for Clark or Zamurda that time. I'm not exactly sure which. Nash of the St. John's. 11 points, 5 boards, 4 assists last season. That one inside, missed by Tong. Tong, another St. John's, Newfoundland player. That time it's Norris making the triple. 8-3. That shot short, picked up by the Mounties and Hager. That one picked off. That was Tong on the interception. Zamurda misses from the elbow. Norris, another triple. 11-3 Mount A. Spoke with Coach Vaughn of the Seawolves before the game. Says Mount A starts a whole bunch of wings. Don't really have a clear 1 or a clear 5. That's where we see Monroe laid in. Monroe at least 7 to start in this one. 6 more from Norris. And it's a 13-3 start. For Mount Allison. I haven't seen all the rosters yet for this season. I've seen most. Holland College stands out as the roster I haven't yet found, either women's or men's. It does indeed look like this is going to be another bar-raising season on the quality of play in the ACAA. The additions this season really across the league to be high-quality players, and of course, league needs those high-quality players because there's a lot of the longtime stars have graduated, run themselves out of eligibility. Only one of the first-team All-Stars back this year, and I think of guys like McCarthy and Hoffer, Fury Miller, who, because of the extra COVID eligibility, it seems like they played for 6, 7, 8 years. Worked out of the system, and now another triple. That's Bawara. Bawara used to toil across campus here at UNB. 6'4" guard out of Surrey, BC. Zamurda right into Monroe's chest and scores 2. Good use of the body that time by Ethan Zamurda. Zamurda of Simons High School and Doug Deering's program. Nice roll for Mom Burkett. Mom Burkett out at FHS, a couple years on the roster with UCCB, or CBU I guess it is now. Sorry for that slip. With UCCB, when I went through university, and I have a hard time adapting to that name change sometimes. The Capers. Soft touch on the shot from Zamurda, and it rolls through. 19-8, 5:05 to go first quarter. Norris tries another triple. Rebound Nash. Nash in the open court. Lost the handle a little bit, but it ends up in the hands of Howlett, who can't make the long distance shot. Bawara to the rim, draws a foul.
think that's going to go on Darren Clark. Second game of the day here. Again, if you're looking for the Tommies games, 5 and 7 this evening are Tommies women and men, both against Mount St. Vincent University. I see the Mystic women, at least some of them on the far side here already in the building. Throw a couple extra bucks in your pocket. You can probably see there in the screen a little bit. I'm not probably sure whether you can or you can't. Canteen is set up here. Some Gatorade, looks like chips, pop, maybe some chocolate bars. Wouldn't be surprised to have some hot dogs and popcorn a little later. They usually do. Rebound by A.J. Nash. So throw a couple extra bucks in your pocket for that. And also remember, there's a little traffic incident, corner of University and Waterloo Row. Get another truck stuck under the train bridge here in Fredericton. Plan your route to the gym accordingly. Up region across Beaverbrook maybe. Another score inside. 21-12 now. Hager moves Dove Khan with the body and scores off the window. Nice work inside by Nash. Ahead to Hudson McGregor for Ryan Norris. Good pressure here from Mount A. That's Montbriquet with the takeaway. Oh, a nice pass for Hager, who presses play on some traveling music. Seeing what he's got loaded up on the iPod there. Zamurda, one-hander, good use of the body again, the veteran Zamurda. Be surprised to see Zamurda move up from second team All-Star to first team this year. He has that type of explosion to his game where he could very easily be one of the top 5 players in the league by the end of the season. There he is scoring again. Inbounded for Montbriquet. Long shot that time for Hudson McGregor is off the mark. McGregor out of Churchville, Nova Scotia. Vernon Devereaux looking for the fancy pass, but it's blocked by the Seawolves. Zamurda says, I'm just going to keep going here until someone proves they can stop me. Draws a foul that time on Montbriquet. And some subs in for SJ. 6 is Darren Clark. 3, Ewan Wilson. For the Mounties, 2, Kwame Asidu. And 6, Jonas Monroe. Dove Khan. Space. 1 foot runner. 8-point game. McGregor short on that shot. Run out missed. That was Ryan Pollard, number 5. Missed that runner. Monroe Hits Volk on the roller skates and picks up a foul. 14 on the shot clock, 1:14 game clock. Fast moving and fairly high scoring first quarter here at 28-20 with still a minute 11 to go. 28 points is a really good score in a quarter. Rebounded by Clark. Wilson makes it 28-23 with the triple for the Seawolves. Asidou uses a Montbriquet screen. Monroe beyond the arc. That one doesn't drop. Rebound Clark against Montbriquet. Clark, acrobatic take to the bucket. Gets it to go down. 3-point game, 25 seconds to go, first quarter. Another shot here for the Seawolves, assuming no offensive rebound. So a stop and a score. If you're SJ, if you're the Mounties, a bucket and a stop. There's the bucket from Monroe. Good defense, 5 seconds for Mount A is what you're looking for. Volk for three. It doesn't go, and it's going to be 30-25 Mount A after the first. High scoring quarter. Take a break here for about a minute and a half. Come on back then. We'll have the start of the second quarter. Back here for the second quarter. Just checking the phone here and Facebook. One of the memories just came up. It is about the world's oldest basketball court in St. Stephen. 132 years ago today, the new game of basketball was played on the second floor of a nondescript brick building in St. Stephen, New Brunswick. Lyman Archibald, member of the first basketball team in Springwoods, Mass, was really hard athletic director. There is an effort underway to restore that building, which is the oldest remaining basketball court in the world. Check that out, world's oldest basketball court. Give that a Google. This place just gives you the chills when you go in. A couple of New Brunswick teams here. I'm sure a lot of people are well familiar with that initiative by now. And if you want something else to think about, look up their Archie golf tournament, celebrity tournament. Bring in a lot of people associated with the Raptors, Jack Armstrong among them, for an awesome event every summer there in St. Andrews, led by a good friend of mine, Tom Liston. He's from right here in Fredericton, lives, unfortunately, I'll say, in Toronto now. Back to game action. Just thought that was an interesting memory to share here in this one. Do recommend, you haven't been to the world's oldest, get yourself there, even in the shape it's in now. It's quite something. Three-pointer made, that time by Darren Clark, and it's a three-point contest. Whoa, close to a carry there by Asidou. Monroe inside, extra pass. Back up top, Norris wide open, but it's Monroe Also open inside. He's going to draw the foul. This looks like it might go on Doyle Burton, number 10. Oh, instead it goes on Dove Kahn. Make for Monroe. And makes the second as well. Jonas Monroe last season, 16 points, almost 8.5 rebounds, 2 assists, 75% free throw shooter. Team's leading scorer is 5th year of eligibility out of Harrison Trimble in Moncton. There's a triple for Ewan Wilson. Little kiss to the sky after that one. Few blocked that time by a couple of fans making their way in to have a seat, so I didn't see exactly what happened there, but I believe out of bounds over to the Seawolves as a result of the play. 2-point contest. Seawolves can tie with any make here, go in front with a triple. Rebound out of bounds off Christian Hager, I believe. AJ Nash getting set to check back in very soon for the Seawolves. That's for Dove Kahn. Jump ball called possession SJ. Subs coming, Monbriquette for the Seawolves. And Nash for the Seawolves, Monbriquette for the Mounties. I'm sure Coach Paul Vaughn would love it if it were Monbriquette for the Seawolves as well. Drawing the foul is Ryan Pollard. Pollard, second-year guard out of Quispam Sis. And the Kennebecasis Valley High School Blue Knights. Two makes for Pollard. Smyrna back in. Doyle Burton out. Norris ahead. One dribble, nice move. You got to make that one. You're going to make that fake and not go right to the bucket. You got to make it. Trevor Doucette lost the handle there, first-year player. Must be a second-year player, Trevor Doucette. Check the eligibility there on Doucette. Do believe that's the second year. Three is off the rim from Pollard. Zamurda with the rebound and score. SJ with a lead. Ahead, Monbriquette. Norris tries a three. That one goes through. 1 point lead now for Mount A. Clark picks it up high. Nash. Three to shoot. Clark's going to let one fly. Off rim, rebound. Is cleared by Mount A. Ahead for Monroe. Back for Doucette. Monroe, tough shot there. Good work by Doucette to get a hand on the rebound, but it's picked up by Pollard. Now Nash, kick for Wilson. triple for Ewan Wilson. (38-36) Seawolves. Turned into a bit of a seesaw contest here in the last 2 minutes. And here we go back the other way with a three from Ryan Norris. Norris, 32% from beyond the three-point arc last season. Zamurda just running wild here in this opening half. Monroe for Montbriquet. Doucette looking for the rebound. Instead, it's Pollard out for Wilson for Zamurda. Again inside. That one doesn't go. Nash on the rebound. Nash fouled, will shoot two. This is going to be Bawara or Norris. Nope, it's not going to be either one of them. It's going to be Monroe. Here comes Brennan Devereaux and Gabe Powder into the game for Mount A. And Ewan Wilson out. And that looks like it's going to be Lance Howlett for 14. It checks in. No, it's not. Howlett already in. Each Tong is in. Montbriquet against Zamurda. Montbriquet goes to work, blocked by Zamurda. Howlett cleared out Bawara. Nash gets two Mounties in the air. Norris and Powder. Powder out of the Brockville Blazers in Almonte, Ontario. Foul is going to go on Ryan Norris. Norris is first. (41-39) Seawolves. I think this is the type of action we're going to expect all season long here in the ACA, particularly tight games. I look down through the rosters, and boy, looks like it's going to be a fun season to be in my chair. Of course, injuries can play a factor. Adjustments and expectations as well can play a factor. One of the things Coach Vaughn said before the game is, yeah, I got a lot of guys back, but sometimes that comes with expectations of playing time. And when you bring in multiple guys with U Sport credentials, some of those guys that are back might not be atop that list of playing time. It's a matter of everyone understanding that playing time is earned. Nash with a miss. Now, as good as Jack Fury Miller was and Ethan Zamurda was last season, along with Ben Power and a bunch of other Seawolves on that championship run, to me, Nash was the linchpin to the whole operation. I know, not recognized as an all-star. Offensive rebound, shot put back too strong by Devereaux. Pardon me, Deverex. Apologize, Brennan. Should have remembered that one from last year. Why that didn't pop into my head earlier. Mombercat, nice delivery. Good finish that time by Gabe Powder. Seawolves up 3 on the Mounties. Mounties get out a bunch early since the Seawolves have kicked up the scoring. Hager, cross-court pass. Deverex with a miss that time. Nice bucket by Darren Clark. Showed off the athleticism with a couple of, I'll say, tough finishes. Acrobatic finishes for sure. And there's Christian Hager with another acrobatic finish. Lance Howlett at a Bayview High with the long make. Howlett's a player I think can really step up the game this year. I really like Lance in his first 2 years at UNBSJ. Nice pass from Norris inside. Deverex scores that one. Deverex at a Riverview and Harrison Trimble. Howlett again, too strong ahead, Ryan Norris. This time he's going to keep it, use the body, direct the ball from Howlett and score 2. Zamerda, some space there in the key. Cross-court pass, Nash. Little shuffle of the feet that time by the Mounties. Monroe back in. Off to the bench is Powder. Here comes Dove Kahn at the next stoppage of play for UNBSJ. We'll say the way the chairs are set up, they got the bench very close to the scorer's table. Wouldn't be surprised you see those move down at some point this weekend. They're tough for those guys at the scorer's table to see when you get players ready to sub in, because there's about 3 or 4 chairs ahead of the tick mark. SJ ball at 52-47. Dove Kahn with a triple. Kahn's a guy I can see in his future coaching. Just thinks the game so well. Does Dove Kahn. It may already be coaching that I'm not aware of, but certainly see sees plays very well, does Kahn. Mombercat picks up the dribble, picked off by Howlett, intended for Norris. Final 15 seconds of the first half. 30-25 Mount A after the first. 55-47 SJ right now. And Monroe with the steal, 5 seconds to play. Right to the rim that time, no good. There's Christian Hager. Mounties got a good look at a last second score. 55-47, SJ at half. And that's going to be a 30-17 quarter here for SJ in quarter number 2. 15 minutes on the clock. Come on back in about 15. I'll have action from the second half for you.
Good afternoon once again, fans. Welcome back to the LB Gym. Here in Game 2 of the Ken Gould Invitational Tournament. This is our first men's action. UNBSJ and Mount Allison. Defending league champion Seawolves up 55-47 on Mount A. Mount A had a 5-point lead after the first, but a 30-point second quarter for the Seawolves. Ewan Wilson was big, shooting from outside. Ethan Zamurda was just a nightmare for Mount Allison in that first half. Looks like the Seawolves will send out AJ Nash, Darren Clark, Keach Tong, Ethan Zamurda, and Lance Howlett as the 5 to start. Mount A's ball to start the half, and it is Norris, Mombriquette, Monroe, Hager, and Bawara. Hager for Bawara, extra pass Monroe, and now Norris. 3 from dead on is a little to the right, pardon me, to the left. Every once in a while I get my lefts and my rights mixed up. Out of bounds, inbounds now for Mount A. Hager's got a lot of space, cross-court pass. Bawara. It's one of the ones you see that much space, you wonder why that's not a mid-range jump shot. I know they're not on vogue. Back rimmer for Hager that time. Clark too strong. Rebound though, Howlett. Zamurda guarded by Hager. Shot clock violation. Little sleepy possession there for SJ. Mombriquette picked off by Howlett. Was intended for Norris. Met at the rim by Bawara. Was Lance Howlett. Tong for Nash. Nash knocked away. Bawara for Norris. Mounties working around the outside. Mombriquette looking to dish off. Bawara off glass, 2 points. Nash inside off glass and the and one. Nash says, if you're not going to stop me, I'm just going to keep going until I get right in close. With the make and a 9-point lead. That time it's Nash with the rejection of Bawara, but it's a steal. Hager. Mombriquette left it just short. Howlett on the rebound ahead for Clark. Clark on the take. Quick feet there for Darren Clark.
Bawara good on the first from the line. And the second. Nash left with the Euro step. Mombercat right to the rim, can't get it to go. Was met by Howlett. Mombercat, little jog back besides the official, having a conversation on that one. The turnover from the Mounties. Clark misses that time. Picks up the foul on the rebound. He says, give me a break, man, that's not a foul. For Matt Whipple. That's the opinion that matters in that conversation. It's like trying to plead a speeding ticket after the ticket's already written. Clark calmly across half for Zamurda. Zamurda has it knocked out of bounds by one of the Mounties on the way through there. Norris, Bawara, I think Monroe was there as well, maybe Agar. Tong looking for Howlett. Timing off on that one. Almost see that coming from up here. Tong zigged when the inbounder thought he was going to zag that time. Results in a Monroe lay-in at the other end and a 9-point contest. Tong on the rebound, Monroe there to tie it up. That's going to be a jump ball. Possession, Seawolves. Watching the possession arrow, the cardboard possession arrow, or wooden, whatever it is on the table. See the possession arrow in use on the scoreboard. Nash against Mombercat. It's been a good matchup for the Seawolves thus far. Nash just got Mombercat on the roller skates that time. Lost the footing of the back foot. Monroe outside, Bawara. Step back, no good. Monroe on the offensive board again for the cutting Bawara. Met by Zamurda. Third attempt for Bawara is up and in and the arm. Good persistence, Simba Bawara. Say the heart of a lion that time for Bawara. Bill Burton back in for SJ. As well as Dove Kahn. And in for Mount Allison, number 3, Hudson McGregor. 6'4" forward out of North Nova Educational Center in Churchville, Nova Scotia. Nash again to the hoop for 2. Blocked by Howlett into the hands of Nash. Has Zamurda. Instead it's Nash right to the rim. Looking for a foul that time. One I don't think anybody be too upset about. Went to the rim with some authority. Norris too long on the 3. Out of bounds. Off of Christian Hager. Bawara looking for the steal on the inbound. Be a foul on someone here. It's going to be on Bawara, I believe. It is. Long way from the bucket to pick up a foul, but only his first, team's second this quarter. Gambling for the steal. Going to be out off Howlett that time. Little pressure from SJ. Just a full court man-to-man pickup. Nothing spectacular there from a pressure perspective. Hager right to the rim. Shoots up high and just throws it over the top. Howlett too strong. Rebound, Mount A. And Hager. Shooter in the far corner is McGregor. Too strong, some Bawara on the rebound with a touch, but it's SJ in control. Nash, Zamurda. That's Howlett. Knocked to the ground by Christian Hager. Here comes Deverex and Monroe. And it's like Clark coming back in for SJ, and a sub for the shooter would be Ewan Wilson. This is Howlett on the line. 8-point contest. It was 8 at the quarter break. Kwame Asidu. Mount A now down 9. 3 minutes to play here in the third. Nice pass from Monroe. Nice delivery for Momberquette. Momberquette on the push again. This time Momberquette right to the bucket. Monroe on the rebound. Back for Momberquette. Makes the long 2. Wilson for Doyle Burton. Burton will go to the line. Burton was a starter a lot of the year last season for SJ. 2.5 points, 2.5 rebounds. 1 of 7 from the line, of course. You have the scorers in Power, Fury Miller, Zamurda. Add in Howlett, Nash, some others to that list. Not a lot of shot opportunities. You get a little farther down the roster last season on that super deep and high-end talented SJ team. There were games last year where I think the big three of Bowers, Zamurda, and Fury Miller, 20 shots each or more. Lead back up to 8. 2:02 to go here in third quarter. Marquette, Asidu, Deverex Monroe, Deverex. That one doesn't go. Rebound is for Burton. Zamerda been a bit quiet here in this third quarter. Can't get it going there. Head for Monroe. For Marquette. Zamerda with a block. And asking for a sub for Mount A. He's pointing to the eye here. Might have got a little contact to the eye area. Looking to come out. Might be a contact issue. Doesn't look like he might have caught the contact there. Laura is back in. That bounce pass doesn't find anybody. It's going to be over to SJ. Chance to make it a double-digit lead with a score on this trip. And they do. Darren Clark off the glass. It's going to be a tough guard in this league. There's Marquette getting one to go through on his way to the rim. One thing about a number of these U Sports players is they're going to be in different roles than they were on their previous teams, and I know that's what they're looking for when they come to the ACA, to get in that different role. Some adjustment to that from a playing time perspective. Five seconds left in the quarter. Outside, Asidu. He says, hey, there was contact there, not called. 72-66 in favor of UNBSJ after 3. One quarter remaining here in game 2. Coming up, 5 o'clock game is the Stu Women and Mount St. Vincent University. 7 o'clock, Stu Men and Mount St. Vincent University. Going to be a couple of interesting contests there. That's both men's and women's sides have produced some great games over the last number of years. Certainly very, very competitive teams. Mount St. Vincent on the women's side, the champions last year. Some significant losses there. Tommies, of course, hosted nationals and beat the Mystics in the 7th place game. Talk about that when we get there, but 1 quarter to go here in the men's contest. If you are coming down, remember a little traffic obstruction, at least at last check. University Avenue and the Bill Thorpe walking bridge here in Waterloo Row intersection. Another transport truck stuck there, so avoid that if you're coming in. A little bit of extra dollars in your pocket, particularly if you're bringing the kids in, and do bring the kids in. Go canteen. I see Gatorade over there. Looks like chips and some chocolate bars and some water. My eyes aren't that great. I can see $3, $2, and $1 on the price chart for the Tommy's Canteen. So not big ticket items. Last year there was popcorn and hot dogs. Haven't seen those up here over there yet today. Keep you posted on that. In play here for Q4. Mounties ball. That's back outside for Hager. Hager up in the air for Asidu. Monroe with 4 to shoot. Got to get it up here. Monroe to the rim and scores 2 points. Nice take by Jonas Monroe. 68-72, a 4-point contest. That's 2 possessions. It was a 3-point game when they played at the Bob Bonnell tournament at SJ a couple weeks ago. There's a block by Bawara, but it's Wilson with the takeaway for Nash, and he scores 2 on the reverse. Hager for Monroe. That one back rim and popped off. Zamurda. Oh, pardon me, Nash, not Zamurda. Nash goes to work. Tipped out by Vogt. Khan with a triple. And just like that, it's a 9-point contest. Quick little run there for SJ. Bawara answers with 2. Asidu with the steal on Clark. Bawara picks it up. Hands that off, finally gets a score from Trevor Doucette. Heard a couple people on the SJ bench say travel. I think that was initially knocked away. Lead back down to 5. Wilson looks for 8. Got it. 3-pointer from Ewan Wilson. Pass a little too strong for Monroe into the hands of Kahn. Wilson looking for it again. Kahn back outside, goes the other way for Clark. Clark can't knock it down. Wilson saying, hey fellas, I just knocked one down. How about coming back, seeing if I'm on fire? There's Wilson with the takeaway. Now he'll dribble ahead for Kahn. Clark, a little shimmy shake. Uses the offhand on Asidu and slides the foot a little too much. Here comes Mombriquette in for Doucette. Lance in the same high school graduating season as River Lands here, plays for the Tommies. And of course, Mr. Muscroft out of Sussex, who was the player of the year. There's Mombriquette with a score. Now plays for UNB, does Muscroft. 6-point, 2-possession contest. 6:22 to go, fourth quarter. Nice score by Nash. SJ getting to the rim with regularity. Somebody for Mount A going to close off those lanes. There you see, a little tougher to the rim that time for Hager. Bawara's going to get called for the reach in again. Comes Ryan Norris. Back in for Mount A, Ethan Zamurda for SJ. Vogt out for the Seawolves. It looks like Hudson McGregor back in as well for Mount A. Hager, Norris, Mombriquette, Monroe, and McGregor. Foul on Norris as Nash attacks. Third team foul of the quarter. Second on Norris. Clark kicks. Nash. Too strong. Zamurda rebound. Kahn left it short. Rebound is for Hager. Hager. Clean path to the rim that time. And it's a three possession contest. Two possession contest, 76-82. 6 points. Zamurda outside. Kahn. That's a triple. That's a 9-point contest. Timeout, Mitch Weber. And the Mount Allison Mounties. Action, of course, continues here all weekend long. You give me half a second. I'll find my sheet of paper with tomorrow's schedule on it. 12 o'clock game, UKC and MSVU in the women's. 2 o'clock, Mount A, MSVU men's. 4 and 6, Tommy women and men versus SJ. Sunday, 11 a.m., UKC and SJ women. 1 o'clock men, Mount A and SJ. Something's backwards there. It's going to have to be MSVU and SJ on Sunday. Women and men, 11 and 1. And yeah, Stu and UKC and Stu and Mount A, 3 and 5. No one to blame but myself for my mistake there. Corrected that on my sheet of paper with my old-fashioned writing instrument. And of course, 5 and 7 tonight. The Mystics and the Tommies, women and men respectively, here at the LB Gym. Down 9, Mounties to the front court. Hager for Norris. That one short. Rebound, Clark. Clark gets a step on McGregor. Lead is 11. Oh, Monroe missed. Open inside. Instead, it's a three-pointer from McGregor. Zamurda with a rare miss in this contest. He was red hot in the first half in particular. Hager picks it up. Norris. Monroe. 6 to shoot. There it is. A 2 from Montbriquet. Back to 6 points. Mounties looking for stops. Seawolves looking for scores. Cross-court pass, Kahn makes the triple. Lead back up to 9. Hager called for the offensive foul. 3:18 to go. That's a big call. You're already down 9. Gives the Seawolves, who checked Lance Howlett back into the game for Dov Kahn, who just made that 3, an opportunity to push the lead to double digits here with just over 3 minutes to play. It's a big swing from a 2 or 3 possession game to potentially 4. I had a takeaway by Hager. Says I'll give one away, but I'll get it back. Pass tipped by Montbriquet, I think was intended for Norris. McGregor out. Bawara back in. That previous foul was the 4th one on Hager, but with 3 minutes to play and down 9, going to let this one play out. We'll need to manage that at this point. You think you need him on the court? You need him on the court when you're down 9. There's been a couple times I thought Monroe had some space inside and didn't get the ball, and I guess you can understand why if Hager's going to get to the rim that easy and score 2. The score that time from Nash. And the lead is back to 9. 2:14 to go. Timeout taken by the Mounties. Going to be their second timeout in this half, I believe. So they'll have maximum of 1 left, maybe 0 at this point, but maximum of 1. UNBSJ's got 2 timeouts left here in this one. That's what the official just told Coach Vaughn. Monroe knocks one in from deep. He's looking for the and one as well. Good concentration by Monroe. No foul given. It's a shot the Seawolves don't need to take. You're up, just working around. Zamurda's going to say, yeah, let's just use some clock here, boys. You don't need to take those early shots. Now take it. There's Howlett. Better looking to release that time, too. 95-86. 9-point lead restored. Called as black 5. I think, well, there is 5. That's Pollard is on the court. Norris back for Montbriquet. Hager, extra pass. To the rim, Bawara. Met by a couple of Seawolves and a foul called. Send Bawara to the line, chance to close the gap. With the clock stopped. Final 40 seconds of play. Zamurda back outside Howlett again. 3 no good. Zamurda going to dribble out some clock here as well. 5 to shoot. Fouled by Bawara. Pretty quick game here, only 4:26. Well on time to start the Tommies and Mystics women at 5. Might even give me a chance to have a little break between games, maybe dig out the portable charcuterie, also known as the Lunchables. Myself a little snack. Monroe will go to the line here to shoot a couple. So I'm dreaming about cheese and crackers. Miss there for Monroe. Catch by Zamurda, foul given by the Mounties. 10.9 to go in a 7-point game. Looks like a Seawolves victory in this one, particularly with Zamurda on the line. I bet if he makes them both here, that'll probably bring an end to the attempt to foul. Makes the first. And there's an 8-point lead. And 9 3-3-pointers, a lot to overcome here in 10 seconds. So play for one good shot. Hager right to the rim. Was challenged by Wilson. I'm not sure why you bother there. Just let him go. This one's going to end 97-90. A couple of big scores on the board here. But the bigger one is for the Seawolves. UNBSJ. 7-point victory over in-province rival Mount Allison here in the first men's game, game 2 overall of the Ken Gould Invitational Tournament. Up next, 5 o'clock games, 2 Tommies on the women's side, and the Mount St. Vincent University Mystics out of Bedford, Halifax, Nova Scotia, if you will. Come on back then for that one. That's in about 30 minutes time or so. Till then, get yourself a little snack, maybe a little beverage or two. But if you're in the Fredericton area, jump in your car, come on down here. The next 2 games are going to be a ton of fun. Everyone here at St. Thomas, thanks for watching the afternoon session. Come on back for the evening slate. Stu and MSVU ×2.